Hope you're doing good. Micah back with another video. Back here to talk about my iPhone 15 Pro. And let's talk about the cameras for a little bit. We know we've had a few updates in terms of iOS 17.4, 17.4.1. And there was some camera improvements, no doubt, that took place with these devices over the course of time. I just wanted to come back with a camera update, talking about the cameras, what I've been liking. Is there anything that I've been concerned about? And a quick update on the channel as well, which I'll probably get into first. So the update I have in this channel is right now, as you guys can see, I'm shooting, well, you guys can't see. I have a camera right here. This is my A6100. This camera will now become the main shooter. The main shooter that I'm using right now is my Sony A7 III. The reason why I'm swapping was because I kind of got the itch to get back out and do some photography, some light videography, and that's because of using my iPhone 15 Pro that I want to start using this again. And as you guys can see here, just real quick, I do have many lenses. I have this lens right here. This is my Sony 85 Prime, that 1.8 beast. I love this thing. I miss it. I haven't used it in like over a year and a half. Of course, I have the A6100 that would become the main shooter. I got a Zhiyun Rebo 2 gimbal. I got a nifty 50 sitting around here somewhere. I got my Sigma 16 that I'll be using for my visual. So you probably won't see too much of a visual change, just because Sony's usually that good despite APS-C versus my full frame. I have ND filters that I use for video. Like, I just got a lot of camera equipment that I miss using, and I might get back to doing a little bit here and there. Will some of it be on the channel? I don't quite know. We'll see over the course of time how I want to add that into the production again, because I used to do a lot of that, back during like early COVID years. So we'll see. But I just wanted to give you guys that quick camera update kind of in terms of the channel. Now, if you guys are interested in the iPhone 15 Pro content, if you guys haven't already, make sure you like the like button, subscribe to the channel, the notification bell. It's all free. That way it's my video, so you and I can sit back, check, and see what's cracking. Now let's get into the video, and let me know down in the comment section below, do you guys use your cameras often on your phones? Do you use video? Do you do a lot of video taking with your phones? I'd like to know down in the comment section below. For me, from a photo perspective, this phone reigns supreme for sure. And it's hard to say that because Samsung has came a long way when it comes to photos as well. But there's a slight more natural look that I think you get with the iPhone, specifically when it comes to bokeh or depth of field. And its portrait mode here on the iPhone, it's not as strong, meaning like the edge detection feels a little bit more natural with the iPhone 15 Pro over my Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus. Does that mean that the Plus is bad? No, not by any means, no. But with my nitpicky eye, there's certain little things I can tell where it's a little bit of extra sharpening going on with my S24 Plus over my iPhone 15 Pro that makes it feel a little unnatural or too stark, too contrasty of an image when it comes to like portrait mode in particular. That being said, I do think that sometimes the iPhone 15 Pro can come off a little dreamy as well. And so it kind of blurs the line between having a natural look and having like a dreamy like look. And so that's something that I like, but then also I have a bit of concern when it comes to the iPhone 15 Pro, because will that get addressed later? Will that kind of calm down that dreamy look per se? I do like the fact that you get multiple options in portrait mode in terms of the different lighting, where you can create different light looks, create different photo looks, and that's something I would like to play around with a little bit more when it comes to my iPhone 15 Pro. And I probably will here soon. Like I said, I'm kind of experiment in the background and see, do some more photo taking with those options with my 15 Pro. Now, what I am going to show you guys from a photo perspective is the Okmulgee Mounds in Macon, Georgia. We went out there, checked it out, got some pictures in between me and the wife, and then just kind of just some of the environment. So it's just some photos to show you guys. Let me know what you guys think, how those photos look. I use portrait mode for some of those shots. I use just a natural photo mode for others. But I'd like to know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Oof, can't talk. With some of those shots that I've taken that you guys get to see right here. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed those photos because they were fun to take, really spur of the moment, and I didn't actually bring a camera of any sort, but being able to rely on my iPhone 15 Pro, I do think I got some pretty decent shots, and then a couple helped us get shots of us together in a photo real quick. So just being able to whip this out, take a picture real quick, there's full confidence and consistency with the iPhone 15 Pro. And to show you guys my settings real quick, let's go to settings. Let's go to camera. As soon as I find it here, you gotta scroll forever. Camera, and let's look at, I got the grid on. I use the level. I do not mirror my camera. I do use view outside frame just in case maybe I want to use a wide angle to get additional, or change my photo length or focal length to be able to get additional, you know, objects into the frame. My main camera, I use 24 and 35. The reason why is because 28, I don't quite need. I think there's a good enough difference between the semi-wide with the 24 and the standard wide with the 35 that if I need to make an adjustment there, I can. And if push comes to shove, I'll just jump to the ultra wide. But those are the two cameras I use there. I do use portraits in photo mode, and I do not prioritize faster shooting because I want that quality on my iPhone 15 Pro. I want those images to have as much quality, retain as much information as possible. I do use lens correction, which often comes in with the ultra wide, as it says right there in the description. And I allow macro control to kick in, so it'll automatically kind of adjust the photo based on how close the object is, helping me get an even better, more sharper, clear shot. I like those aspects that Apple includes with the iPhone 15 Pro, and I try to use them as best as I can. Switching over to video, that's something you guys probably would have noticed because I use a lot of video when I'm not using, when I'm not talking about the iPhone. So if I'm talking about my iPad, if I'm talking about sometimes with the Galaxy X24 Plus, but more recently I've been just keeping it clean with the A7 III. But if I'm talking about my iPad, outside of maybe one video, I have used the iPhone 15 Pro just about every single time. So whenever you see an iPad video, I'm shooting it with the iPhone 15 Pro. And as you guys can see, the quality of the video, you almost couldn't tell the difference between that and my A7 III. That's how good the video quality is with the iPhone 15 Pro, and I definitely appreciate that because it's a camera I can rely on. It's a camera that I could potentially switch to automatically and remove all my cameras, including my A61, from my talking head on my drop down videos. So it's kind of our top shots, however you want to call it, the framing of the video. But it's something I've been considering for sure because it's easy to shoot on here. It's easy to transfer data between here and my iPad to then edit. And the setup wouldn't have to be as much. Like if I wanted to, the tripod I'm using now, if I just take the Swiss plate off and I take the camera off, then all I have to do is get a phone mount and put the mount up here, and I can always just use my phone to get my shots, and then I can have everything in a video. So talking about that with you right now has just given me the idea to do that. So maybe we'll see because the iPhone has become so strong. Even Apple uses their iPhones to shoot their high quality productive sets that they've used to showcase us new products of theirs. Case in point, the new M3 MacBook line, the MacBook Pro line. They shot everything on an iPhone and edited it, I think, on iMacs or a Mac Pro or the MacBook. It was one of the two. But the point of the matter is that's why people use Apple products for professional use, because Apple puts a lot of thought and hard work into the efficiency and sufficiency of their products. And you get that with the iPhone 15 Pro, something I've been taking advantage of. From a video perspective, I record at 4K 30, both in camera with my A7 III, the A6100, and my iPhone as well as my S24 Plus. I'm always at 4K 30. The slow-mo 1080p at 120 frames. I don't even really use slow-mo like that. Cinematic is 4K 30. In terms of formats, I do use most compatible over high efficiency. So, and this kind of describes what's going on there. But you see the information that could come in. HDR video require high efficiency. So because I don't use high efficiency, I don't get 4K. Oh, that's really at 60 frames. So now in terms of photo mode, 24 megapixel as opposed to 12. I want to try to get as much information, as much quality out of these cameras as possible, both for photo and video. I do use ProRAW and resolution control both for photo and video. So ProRAW for photo, ProRAW Max, so I can take it in the Lightroom, do additional editing if I want to. And then for video, I do have spatial video on. So if I want to, do that, I just hit the little spatial video. Within the video, there's a button or a little toggle you'll see when shooting video for spatial video. I do use ProRes and I do SDR as opposed to HDR. You probably have seen some slight alterations to a couple videos when I was trying to do HDR ProRes, and that's because HDR is a little bit different to edit, and that's something I've been kind of slowly learning over time. And it takes longer to edit those videos because you have to do a lot of fine tuning. Now, thankfully, I've created a couple kind of, I don't want to call them presets, but a couple still presets or still filters that I can apply on top of my video, because once I have it tuned, I can take that and use it for just about any other video, especially if I'm doing a top down, because this stuff isn't changing. So I can apply that look to these videos on a regular basis. But every now and then something changes and I might have to do additional more tweaking, or I just don't like something specific, and so I have to tweak it again. So for those reasons, I'm sticking to SDR for now. And I don't even know if it actually plays in HDR, if it plays back in HDR. So all that effort to try to get HDR to display on YouTube, I don't even think works. And so maybe I have to switch to high efficiency to get HDR in general. Something I may have to play around in the background, but that is kind of the setup for my videos. And I don't really have to show you too much examples right now because you've seen examples on this channel when it comes to the quality of videos that I shoot when I'm talking about products like my iPad and the S24 Plus to some degree. And who knows, this might become the main shooter on the channel. We'll see. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about the iPhone 15 Pro camera and video quality. Do you have an iPhone 15? What's your iPhone like? Do you like your iPhone? Do you use your iPhone a lot? Or your phone in general? Do you use your phone a lot to shoot photos and videos? Or do you have a camera you can rely on? Or do you just not, just in general, you don't take a lot of pictures and videos? The comment section is open for discussion. But again, as always, you guys haven't already, make sure to like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. So that way, next video, it's all free. That way, you and I can sit back, chill, see what's cracking. I messed that all the way up. But remember, Micah signing out until the next video. Wait for it.